Welcome to BW Wellbeing of BW Business World on the Mind, Body and Soul show. Today we have a very special guest with us, Miss Devina Bhadwar. Miss Devina Bhadwar is a multi-talented person, and she's a spiritual coach, intuitive card reader and counselor. She has an undergraduate degree in psychology and is a certified Reiki master, hypnotherapist and angel card reader. She has been practicing giving intuitive readings for over 12 years, and her sessions include motivational guidance in the areas of career, relationships, marriage, finances, or overcoming any obstacle. She provides coaching and meditation tips and helps you manifest your dreams using the law of attraction and affirmative techniques. Man, that's a very long introduction. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. When you're doing things for 12 years, Kavi, there's a lot that you cover. So I think you've covered pretty much everything that I've done in the last few years.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my first question is, how have the last
Sure.
110 days been for you? What is keeping you so busy?
Okay. So firstly, just checking my voice is audible, right?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So I'll be very honest. The first 6 weeks were actually amazing because I got to spend quality time with my family. I got to do things that I never could do, like, focusing on reading, exercising, maybe doing a bit of cooking. So I felt that time that we had together was great. Of course, after that, it got a little frustrating with, everything that's been going around. But to be honest, I was very busy with my clients. So I think I've been the busiest in those 2 months than I have been this entire year with my client sessions. I think everybody just wanted to talk and take therapy and take readings with me. So I've been really busy with work for the last 110 days, I'd say.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when did you first find your inner calling and embark on this wonderful path?
So, at a very young age, actually, when I was almost born, I'd like to say, I always felt that there was an inner calling in me. So, at the age of 8, I joined Buddhism. Then, at the age of 13, I did my first Reiki course. At 21, I did crystal healing. So, I'd like to say between 8 to 10 years, that's really when I started getting into this ideation of spirituality. What is out there? What is, what makes us work? And I think at the age of 18, I started reading past life books. So a lot of books in past life,
Dr. Brian Weiss?
spirituality. Brian Weiss was my favorite.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes.
me too.
So yeah, exactly, right? So I actually studied hypnotherapy when I was in 26, or maybe I can't remember the year now. But yes, in 1990, I think that's when I was 8 years old, is when I really started my spiritual journey.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when did you find out you were an indigo child? When did you
So this
first
is a
find
very
it?
interesting. This is very interesting. So I was doing the crystal course that I mentioned to you. It was in the India Habitat Center. I still remember. I was 21. There was Dr. Sunny Satin. He's actually no more. He was the one who was hosting it and teaching us. And I remember in the middle of the class, he just said, "Guys, she's an indigo child. She's special." And I didn't know at that time what indigo children were. So he brought me to the front of the class because he could read auras. So he read my aura and he said that you are an indigo child. And I think that was the day that I found out that I was one.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please tell us about the extensive work that you do?
Sure. So the different areas of work that I do. I do intuitive card readings. It's similar to tarot. So I basically pull out cards for people where I give guidance about different areas, whether it's their career, whether it's relationships. Then I do hypnotherapy. So I do something which is called emotional cord cutting, where you cut and detach from people who are negatively affecting you, negative energies. So I help people detach from that. I also give coaching and counseling, and I help people manifest and achieve their goals in life. So anything you want to overcome or achieve, that can be achieved through affirmative statements, which we will come to, I'm sure, in this interview.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's a lot of things I work around actually. It's a bit of coaching, a bit of counseling, and card reading.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I was curious. So, what motivates you to help people? What do you feel when you help someone?
Honestly, it is the best feeling in the world. I can't explain it. It was, like you said, my inner calling to help people to make this world a better place. So when I see my clients achieving results, when I see them overcoming things on their own, just with me helping them, but them doing it on their own. It's a sense of achievement, it's a sense of satisfaction,
Satisfying.
happiness, achievement, that I've managed to make a difference in someone's life, in whichever way I can. So this is my motivation, actually, to be able to help other people.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please tell us about the law of attraction and what are affirmations?
Sure. So the law of attraction is very simple. It says that what you attract in your life is what you focus on. So the energy that you're giving out constantly is what you attract, whether it's positive or negative. And affirmative statements are statements that are made in the present tense. They help you manifest, they help you heal, and they help you achieve goals. So these two actually work together in tandem. Law of attraction states the more you repeat something regularly, the more you affirm something regularly, the more it will come, faster it will come in your reality. So they actually work together. I hope that was clear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very clear. Ma'am,
Okay,
many people, most of our viewers, don't know the power of the subconscious mind. Could you please tell us
sure.
about the power of the subconscious mind, how it is so powerful, and what is it capable of?
So the subconscious mind is one of the deepest parts of our mind. In psychology, our mind is divided into the ego, the conscious, and the subconscious. And the conscious mind holds all our memories, all our emotions, and even our past life memories. So all the healing, especially for hypnotherapists, all the healing is done at this level, at the level of the subconscious mind. And it is very powerful because it takes instructions just as you give them. It's almost like a little child. It's what you tell a child, the child will understand. That's how our subconscious mind works. So what we need to do is we need to bypass the ego. We need to bypass the negative mind, the ego, and we need to come down to the subconscious and then work on this deeper level to overcome past life issues, or not even past life, just
Even
emotions,
life, yes.
trauma. Everything is held in this part of our mind that is actually forgotten and we're not aware of it. But a lot of people get triggered, especially in traumas, because it's all held in that deepest part of that mind. So it's very powerful, actually.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I've undergone hypnotherapy myself, and my mom is a
Okay.
master clinical hypnotherapist. She trains others to become
Wow.
hypnotherapists.
Wow. That is
And she
amazing,
also
Kavis.
she also did it from the California Hypnosis Institute
Oh, wow. So
by
that's
Dr.
amazing. That's what
Chaudhary,
I did.
by Dr.
Okay.
Yogesh Chaudhary. He
Yes. So
got
you, Mr. He was my teacher as well.
he was her teacher,
Yes.
and
Dr. Yogesh,
he was the
yes.
one who healed me also.
Wow. That's amazing. So you
Had
know
past life.
about this.
Yes, ma'am. So I
Wow.
had
Wow.
past
I was
life
very
experience.
happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so my next question is, many people like the universe is vibrating. We have frequencies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can we live each moment, or not each moment, maybe even half a day, our
Hmm.
highest self, our the vibrations which are the most positive,
Sure.
and the frequency which is the most connected to the supreme power. How do we live this each moment?
Okay, so that's actually a wonderful question. My version of living your highest self would be trying to be the best version of yourself. Now, how does one do that? One, I would say, is practicing compassion, to be compassionate to other human beings, to be compassionate to animals. So, really being that best version of yourself as a human being. I would also ask people to meditate on a regular basis. That connects you to, the higher power. Eat healthy, exercise, and just basically live in hope and positivity. As opposed to being a pessimistic person, I would say, try and live your life with optimism, with hope, because I always believe there is hope. So if you follow a few of these things that I've mentioned, you will be able to live your highest self.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, please tell us about your organization, The Light Within. What is its main aim and vision, and how did it start? When did you start it?
Sure. So, my work, of course, started about 11 to 12 years ago. I founded the Light Within in 2013, and of course, the name comes from the belief that the light is within us, the power is within us, and we have the access to it. It's just that a lot of us don't know how to get there. So, I believe that there's a latent power that all of us can access within us. My vision for my brand is, of course, to go international. I do have international clients, but I want to, hold seminars and workshops where I'm able to teach people to, certain tools to help themselves, where they can overcome the difficulties themselves. They can empower themselves to be the best version of themselves and learn all these healing tools, on their own so that they can practice and just how to overcome anxiety and to tackle problems themselves. Since I'm a light worker, light workers are people who are meant to spread peace and love. So my mission is to spread peace and joy and happiness around the world, and basically to be known as a healer and a coach worldwide. So that is my mission for the Light Within, just to be able to reach as many people as I can.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please explain the
Yeah,
different aspects of your work? For example, career and relationship guidance,
sure.
then you manifesting one's desires, overcoming obstacles and fears, detachment and
Yeah.
cord cutting. So, how do you balance all this work, and what is
Okay.
this got to do with?
Sure. So when we talk about career and relationship guidance, I solely use my cards. I have many decks of angel cards, which is similar to tarot. So I solely use my cards and my intuition, and I give guidance about direction, career, what is coming up for people, where they need to go in their career, as well as their love life and relationships. So here I use my cards to basically guide them and also tell them what is coming up for them. In terms of manifestation, what I do is I use affirmative statements. I give personalized affirmations to people. Many of my clients, I'm happy to say, have manifested jobs, have manifested promotions. And in times of COVID, actually have these testimonials on my Instagram page. So just by sheer dedication and affirmative statements, they've actually manifested wonderful relationships and jobs in their life. So that's how I work with manifestation, using the law of attraction and statements. The other thing you mentioned to me was overcoming difficulties. Again,
Obstacles and
I
fear.
give, yes, so I give meditative techniques. Clients who work with me on a monthly basis, I have a healing package. I basically teach them different techniques of journaling. I send them meditation links. This is a lot of self work, where you grow as an individual and you are also overcoming your difficulties with my help. And I think the last thing was cord cutting, which again, under hypnotherapy, you basically detach from any negative energy in your life. So if there are negative people affecting you and you are getting emotionally drained, the other person is not getting affected. It's really important to cut those cords. So under hypnosis, this is what I do for my clients, where they live a life free of that stress of that person, free of the emotions, and they are unaffected by that person anymore. There are lots of people who get cord cutting done for that reason as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the message you would like to give to our viewers?
Yeah, this is very special. I had also jotted something down, so I'd like to also read it.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to tell everyone that when life seems hopeless and when you feel like giving up, you always need to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. It may not be an easy path for some people, but you have been given the gift of life. Appreciate the life that you have, appreciate the family and friends that you have, and just know that life is transitory. Nothing ever remains the same, things keep changing. So, whatever has to go down will eventually come up. So what I'm trying to say is that if the bad period is carrying on, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue. There is always a silver lining in hope. And also a good period doesn't always continue. Life has dual sides to it. If we take it in our stride and we take it with the best attitude that we can have, I think you'll be able to navigate life much more easily and, as a happy person.
Okay, ma'am, what I've gathered till now, and I've learned a lot also already,
Yeah.
is that you're a very positive person, and I'm sure your aura is very positive. So, how do you maintain this positivity through
Okay.
negative situation? Like all of us go through negative feelings,
Yeah.
situations,
Sure.
awkward situations. So,
That's a very good question, Kavi. I had an experience today actually where I made a big screw up today and I was really angry at myself. But what I started realizing is that I keep telling myself, okay, what is the worst that can happen? That is the one line that I say. The worst I really believe that can happen to anyone, and I'm sorry to say, is death. Other than that, you can navigate your life. You can figure things out. If things are not working in your favor, I always wake up in the morning and I say that everything is working in my favor. This is my mantra. No matter what happens, I turn things around by just saying, you know what, it's working out for me. So this is how I keep myself positive. Of course, there are days that I feel low and I feel that things are not working in my favor. Things that I wanted to achieve are not happening. But then I remind myself of what I have achieved, what I have in my life that other people don't. So when you live in a life of gratitude, when you are appreciating everything that you have and you're constantly saying things are going to work out, and like I said, the worst, what is the worst that can happen? That is when you stay positive as a person. And that's really honestly what helps me.
Do you think that the fear of death is actually the fear of unknown?
Absolutely.
That's the only.
Absolutely.
So can that
It
be
is.
overcome, ma'am?
To be honest, I know what comes after death. I've read a million books, so I know what happens after that. I still fear it. I think for me personally and other people, maybe it's the fear of loss. It's the fear of losing your loved ones. That is more fearful, not the fact that what will happen to me after death. For other people, yes, you're right. It is a fear of the unknown. But I think the biggest thing is the loss. The emotional loss of a person in your life is a void that can't be filled. So that is something I think is why people fear. And of course, around what's happening today as well. A lot of people have become fearful.
Ma'am, ma'am, you achieved a lot, yet you're very humble. So how do you inculcate this humility?
Thank you so much, Gavi. That's very sweet of you to say. I honestly believe that we all are equal. We all are equal human beings. God has made us in, one light. And there's no one who's better than somebody else. If you may have achieved a lot more, but at the end of the day, you have that equal right on this planet as much as the other person. Especially when it comes to staff. I just want to make
Yes,
this
ma'am.
point.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people mistreat staff, and they can't talk, they can't say anything. And this is something that I've always practiced to keep them as family, because they are human beings and they have an equal right to be here on this planet as much as we do. So I think for me, I just practice that. I practice equality. I just want to share with you, one of my clients yesterday called me a celebrity card reader, and she said, "Ma'am, I'm so grateful to be accessible to you because the prices, I have different price ranges. So there's some that are accessible for other people." And I said, you know what? There's nothing known as a celebrity in that sense. For me, as long as you are here today to talk to me, I'm all here for you. And I make it a point to have a package that other people can afford so that they can access. I mean, that's me. And I feel like, whoever is in this field should also try and make ourselves accessible to people today.
Okay, ma'am.
So I
Ma'am, on
hope
a
that helps.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, on a personal note, what are your hobbies when you get time for yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I love reading. I think I never get enough time to read. If I find a good book, I love reading. I enjoy cooking. I don't do it enough, but I like finding recipes and cooking healthy. I also enjoy exercising and dancing, which I don't do enough of, but that's something that I enjoy as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah,
please explain to us about how this is what I felt, how
yeah,
you might have evolved even more while helping other people evolve. So basically, their
sure.
evolution even helped your evolution. Do you think that,
Yeah.
do you think it's true, this thing?
So I do. This was a question you'd asked me. I feel I've evolved as a person with my work over the last few years, because I've learned a lot from my clients, from their experiences, because some people have gone through a whole lot of difficulties. And it just makes you realize how lucky you are in life to have everything. So, I've become more grateful. I've become more accepting in life. I've started accepting people and situations the way that they are, rather than wanting to change them. I feel I've become more empathetic to people's problems. Empathy means you understand the person's pain. You understand where they're coming from. I'm calmer, although my mom may not agree that I've become a calmer person, but I feel I'm a lot calmer. And I also try and put myself in the person's shoes. If someone is reacting the way that they're reacting, it's because they're going through something. So instead of blaming and reacting back to the person, I feel like I try and put myself in their shoes. And that's where my work has brought me today.
Okay, ma'am, my last question. Uh, where do you see yourself 10 years down the line? If, like, right now, Corona is so unpredictable, we don't know what's
I
happening.
know.
But
I know. I know.
where do you see yourself 10 years down the line?
No, that's a great question, actually. I do see myself going international, as I mentioned. I want to be, known as an international card reader, a counselor, and a coach. I would like to be traveling the world, holding seminars, talks, workshops. I think one of the things on my list is, having speaking at a TEDx event. I think that's on my top list. If I can do that, that would be one of the things I'd like to achieve. And basically trying to make a difference in the world in whichever way that I can, from whatever knowledge I have learned. I'm still learning, I'm still reading on a daily basis, but just to be able to help other people overcome their difficulties, manifest their dream life, and just basically be the best version of themselves. I think I just want to preach and spread my knowledge worldwide. So yes, I would hope to be in a better and more international position in 10 years.
I'm sure you will, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you so much.
ma'am, just another question on a personal note.
Sure.
What is fear exactly? Is fear the absence of love, or is fear something else?
Fear is, for me, the loss of control. I think for me, fear is when you don't have control of a situation, and as you mentioned, the unknown. There is a slight feeling that comes in the pit of our stomach where we don't have control of a situation. So fear of the unknown, fear of not being able to control something, fear of losing a loved one. There's so many things because we don't have control over those events. So that is where fear stems from, is I think loss of control.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't have any other questions. If you would like to say something to our viewers on your closing statement.
I'm very
Like
happy to be here today.
sorry, ma'am, during these uncertain times when everyone's anxious that they might get infected. So what would you like to say?
To be honest, a lot of people are different. Some people are religious, some people are spiritual. I think on a general note, I tell people to just tell yourselves every day that I am perfectly healthy and that I am protected. I say this to my family, and I am protected from any ill health, any disease, any virus, so that you're actually putting that energy of protection out there. We can't control the outcome. Like I talked about fear. So rather than living in your life in fear, I'm saying do the best that you can to avoid, getting sick or getting yourself exposed. But there's some situations that are unavoidable. So my advice to would be like, just surrender. Of course, do whatever you need to do in terms of protecting yourself. Tell yourself every day, I am healthy, my family is healthy. And just surrender that fear and that stress, because it's not going to help you. If anything, it's going to cause a lot more other problems in your body that you didn't have before. Because as you know, emotional problems cause a lot of physical problems.
Yes.
So I just want to say that, stay safe, stay sane. I'm always here in case anyone ever, of course, wants to contact me and, reach out for a one-on-one session. If there's any questions Kavi has about what we've discussed today, you can let me know.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, it is a pleasure having you on my show, and I really, really am grateful that you took out time from your busy schedule.
Thank you, Kavi. This was great. I think your questions were fabulous.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed answering them because it took me back to my journey of when I started, which one forgets. One forgets how long and how far one has come and how hard I've worked to be here today.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kavi. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. See you
Bye,
guys.
ma'am. See you,
Bye.
ma'am.